But Dr. Gulati, there seems to be a basic lack of trust between the farmer unions, especially of Punjab, and the government. How do you eliminate a trust deficit? What will it take, in your view, to convince the farmers that really that the farm laws are in their interest, according to you? Unless you build this trust factor, how are we going to move forward? What is the way forward then?
One thing you have to take, one is the economic part, which I can explain, right? I know farmers are not doing very great, but they are not doing very bad even. Okay, so 3.5% rate of growth in agriculture has been going on. You can do it a little better, but agriculture cannot fly at 7-8%, maybe in one state or other. Prime Minister Modi, when he was the chief minister, Gujarat agriculture grew at 9.2% per annum for 13 years when Mr. Modi was the chief minister. After that, Madhya Pradesh has done it. But, Punjab agriculture is growing at 2% per annum. So you need to move to a different basket. Wheat and rice cannot give you much. It was needed in 60s and 70s. Today you have surpluses of rice and nobody wants it. You dump it on the government, and what will government do? Distribute free. Reforms have to start actually with public distribution system. You give them the food coupons, let them buy 10 commodities, 15 commodities, whether you want pulses or oil seeds or edible oil or anda or milk, let them buy that. Why do you force them to take only wheat and rice? That's the problem. Then everything gets skewed on wheat and rice. And wheat and rice cannot increase the farmers' incomes. Remember this. You have to move to high-value agriculture. Diversify. Otherwise, be ready to give more income support. Let every in Punjab, paddy production gets 30,000 rupees per hectare subsidy from free power and subsidized fertilizers. If he is growing pulses or oil seeds, he doesn't need that much of fertilizer, he doesn't need that much of water. Why don't you give to the pulses producers or oil seed producer 25,000 rupees per hectare to create a crop neutral incentive structure? That is what would be rational.
I sense, of course, your desire to put economics above politics. But the fact is, sir, there is politics in these protests as well. We are in an election year. Whether it's the Congress, which is saying if we come to power, we'll give this minimum support price. Whether the BJP under Mr. Modi said we will double farm incomes, which has not happened. Do you, Mr. Gulati, maybe want to play the role of some of these suggestions being used that you put in this show to break the deadlock? You can bridge the divide.
I'm an economist. Politicians can promise the moon. We have seen it in the past. We are seeing it today. Some political party announces we can do this, we can do that. Well, all this report was with you for all these years. Why didn't you do at that time? So when you're out of power, it's a different game. When you want to give and sell dreams, it's a different game. Politics is a very different animal. I'm not fit for that, but I know I have spent 40 years for the benefit of farmers, not just in this country, but several countries I have worked on agriculture. And whatever best I have learned, I can share. But politics, the ruling party and the opposition parties, they have to deal with it.
Professor Gulati, this last 20 minutes has been an education for a number of our viewers, hopefully, who need to understand more about the challenges of a legal guarantee of a minimum support price and the alternatives that might exist to try and avoid a confrontation between farmers and the government. At the end of the day, all we want to see is our farmers increasing their incomes. Thank you very much, Professor Gulati, for joining me. I hope those suggestions that you made are incorporated in any dialogue.